And while Boston College will always be adding facilities and programs, BC will never deviate from its core values and mission. BC will always be our BC.
In my time at Boston College, I was able to grow as a journalist and find my true calling as a news anchor. Today, student-produced media at BC is more professional and more accessible than ever. This February saw the launch of Boston College Television, the first completely student-run television network on campus and online.
Boston College Television debuted this February with 6 shows on an entirely new network on campus. The 6 shows that we have here deal with news for the BC community, entertainment and lifestyle, BC films made by BC filmmakers, comedy, and of course, sports talk. Boston College Television is made by students, for students, alumni, and parents. It's a great way for alumni, parents, and prospective students to find out what goes on at Boston College through our television show online and on campus.
BCTV can be seen online at bostoncollegetv.com. In addition to television, BC has 3 student-run newspapers that are taking advantage of social media and the internet.
Journalism on campus has always been so focused on print, and with Gavel Media and social networking, we saw how journalism can go to where the students are spending most of their time today, which means we utilize the internet to break stories on our website, Facebook, and Twitter. Living in this 24-hour news world, we felt that it's necessary to bring that type of environment onto campus.
BC's film department hosted BC I Love You, a film festival based on Paris Je t'aime this past December 2010. The festival premiered to a sold-out crowd at the Museum of Fine Art.
BC I Love You was a student-run anthology film that showcased 9 different films and 9 different filmmakers who all made short films about the topic of love in college. And it's important for the university and for the film studies department because it shows a level of collaboration that is pretty inspiring to anyone else who wants to go out there and make something on their own.
BC's student-produced media continues to grow. Now you can go online to keep up to date on what's happening at Boston College.
Legacies. That's what Boston College sports have created. Every play and every sport could go down in history. This has been a great year for Boston College athletics. Despite some disappointments, BC football had a good season, ending with a record of 4-4 in the ACC and 7-6 overall, as well as continuing their bowl streak to 12. Luke Kuechly was unanimously named All-American in his sophomore season. He recorded 171 tackles, making him BC's all-time leader in tackles for a single season. All told, he accrued 329 career tackles, making him number 8 on BC's all-time tackles list. 4 players were named to the ACC All-Academic Football Team. Anthony Costanzo, who is a former Rhodes Scholar candidate and a prime prospect in the 2011 NFL Draft, Andre Williams, Nate Richmond, and Mark Herzlich. Herzlich, as you may remember, suffered from a rare bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma. He's fully recovered now, playing the game he loves so much. And he's playing it well. This year he won the Rudy Award, attended the Senior Bowl, and is now attempting to go pro. The men's hockey team won the Beanpot for the 2nd year in a row, beating Northeastern. Not only that, the women's hockey team also won the Beanpot. This is the first time in history Boston College has claimed both trophies in one season. In addition, both hockey teams played in the NCAA tournament. The women's soccer team made it to the Final Four. 5 of their players were named to the All-ACC academic team. The BC men's basketball team was knocked out of the ACC quarterfinals by Clemson. They placed the top seed in the NIT tournament, but were eliminated in the 2nd round against Northwestern. Nevertheless, they had a good season overall, finishing 9-7 in the ACC and 21-13 overall. Much of the team's success could be credited to their new head coach, Steve Donahue. He has the most wins for a first-year coach at Boston College.
Most of the offense is predicated on pushing the basketball, using the three-point line, which we're 5th in the nation shooting threes, spreading the floor and just sharing the basketball, but playing really at a fast pace. I think the thing that differentiates us from other teams is probably all 5 guys are guys who can pass, dribble, and shoot. Not your traditional power forward, center. All 5 guys trying to be out on the floor and keeping the spacing clear for driving and kicking and things like that.
The baseball team's head coach, Mike Gambino, has started a new tradition. Every season, one member of the team will wear the number 8 to commemorate Peter Sonny Nikakis. Sonny was a 2-time captain of the BC baseball team. He passed away in 2000 due to Hodgkin's disease.
Yeah, Sonny was a student here, graduated in '99. I played baseball here. He was a 2-time captain, and Sonny found out he had Hodgkin's disease in his senior year in high school. I chose Mike Sudol to wear number 8 this year, and such as a kid, he's a 5th-year senior. He graduated last year and came back to play one more year. And this is a kid that's had, I think, 7 total surgeries, a couple on his knee, 1 on his wrist. He came up and met with me about a week after I got the job and basically said, I don't care what I have to do, Coach. I want to be back here. I want to help this team win. Anything that I have to do to be around this program for one more year. He said, I love Boston College. I love this place. I love this baseball program. And I want to help this team win. And it's not just for the best player. We're not looking to give another honor to our best player on the team. What we're looking to is to honor somebody who sort of shows all those values and has all those values that Sonny had. You know, hardest worker, handle adversity, best leader, best teammate. You know, all those things that are important to Boston College and to our program. Those are just some of the characteristics that Suds has, that Sonny had as well.
Boston College athletic program continues to thrive. BC still fields the teams we love to watch, the teams that strive to succeed.
Gasson Hall is the oldest building on the Boston College Chestnut Hill campus. Completed in 1913, it's gone under renovation and reconstruction and restoration several times over the years in order to maintain its original glory. Originally called the Recitation Building, then the Tower Building, the original collegiate Gothic structure that presides over the Heights is now referred to as Gasson Hall. This signature building of Boston College, Gasson Hall, will be 100 years old in the year 2013. The current reconstruction project is primarily a stone restoration project. The pudding stone, the main part of the building, was originally quarried right on the site of the building, and it remains in very good condition. However, the cast stone has experienced a lot of defects, so the cast stone element will be replaced in their entirety. What this means is all of the stone elements need to be removed carefully, measured and repaired and resculpted to their original format, and then a rubber mold is made of these, and they are recast and then shipped back to the site, put back in place, anchored in place in their exact original location. We are also replacing all of the windows in the building as part of this project, addressing some critical life safety upgrades inside the building. We're making many improvements to the accessibility to the building and within the building, and we're making some modest interior renovations. Then we began with a restoration of the tower, which took place from June of 2007 to November of 2008. And more recently, we began the restoration of the main building in June of 2010, and that will be completed in August of 2011. Once the site of Boston College's first athletic venue, Alumni Field, the campus green, popularly known as the Dust Bowl, has become a hotspot of outdoor student activity, that is, until recent construction activities. The Dust Bowl began as a place where the football team practiced. They kicked up a lot of dust, so it naturally became known as the Dust Bowl. But the Dust Bowl more recently is where lots of events take place, from Student Activities Day to Quidditch tournaments. It's also a hot spot for students to hang out when the weather is nice.
Well, I hope that we won't call it the Dust Bowl in the future. It'll be called the Campus Green. But that space will be used very, very similarly to what it was used before for student activities, student groups, commencement exercises for the business school or Carroll School of Management, and other kinds of activities. It will not have a parking lot, it will have a building on one side. It'll be a very grand space. So I hope that the campus community will find it really a very important space to go to and participate in. We're about 6 months into the construction project, and it will last for approximately 24 months. So in October of 2012, the building will be completed. The Stokes building will house the humanities departments as well as 36 classrooms. So it will be a very important academic building, most likely the most used building on campus. But really the prime academic building that support the humanities and classroom activities on campus.
With Stokes Hall becoming a new academic landmark, learning at Boston College continues to advance.
When I was at BC, the libraries were places to study and to borrow books. Some things never change. Today, not only have the libraries changed physically, the services they offer have changed as well to fit the needs of students in the 21st century. To keep up with technological advances, students can now borrow iPads.
I really like to use my iPad for reading books. It's really useful. I can really quickly flip through the pages, and it's comfortable because I can hold it in my backpack and carry it around wherever I need to go.
By providing the iPads, we're actually providing students an opportunity to test things out, to have maybe a little bit of real-world application, and to see if these new ways actually might benefit their academics.
Students have access to a librarian through the internet. One way they can contact a librarian is by instant messaging.
You can actually take advantage of the service from wherever you are. You can actually take advantage of the service actually when the libraries are not open.
Students can also use their cell phones to send a text message to a librarian for immediate reference help. An increasing number of books are now available online, even for BC alumni.
The migration to e-journals has to use an overused phrase, has been revolutionary as far as library services is concerned. And people really, really do want electronic journals.
The technological advancements in the libraries help students prepare for their classes, and advancements in those classes help students prepare for the real world. In the Carroll School of Management, Portico, a new freshman course, has been designed to help form the whole student entering the business world. Each week, different topics are discussed.
So we do a lot of work with ethics, social responsibility, things like that.
What I've taken away from Portico is that being ethical and making ethical decisions will always pay off in the end, and you don't have to compromise who you are.
Even though it's been a long time since I've graduated, BC's emphasis on student formation through academics and beyond is still as strong as I remember it to be.
The strength of BC student formation can be seen in the ways in which students can stay involved outside of the classroom. From dance groups, culture clubs, a cappella groups, and social justice groups, but there are also many opportunities to serve. One volunteer program is For Boston. For Boston, created in 1992, is a year-long volunteer program sponsored by BC's Office of Campus Ministry. For Boston is made up of BC students who commit to 4 hours of weekly service at a social service, health, or education placement in Boston.
And our first purpose is service, is meaningful, involved, engaged service. It can mean, in my case, 4 hours at an after-school placement each week. For some people, it's cooking breakfast at 6 a.m. For others, it's being present to those living with AIDS in the community.
A large part of our program is based on reflection. There's lots of different ways to volunteer on this university, but programs that come through campus ministry, as For Boston does, always have a spiritual and a reflection component to them.
And getting to know people in that way through reflection, feeling okay talking about religion with them, talking about politics, like all the things that are normally faux pas. If you were to talk about them in a social situation, you talk about that in reflection, and you get to know people on a much deeper level, and I think that contributes back to the placement.
And how exactly can students find their way to opportunities such as For Boston? Through the online website created by the Student Programs Office, MyBC, students can more easily search for service opportunities as well as other ways to stay involved during their time at BC. When visiting the homepage, students can fill out a survey to help find clubs right for them. With many opportunities to either join clubs or volunteer, BC students have found a place not only to gain knowledge, but to also explore their passions and give back to others. The generosity BC teaches us outside of the classroom does not have to end at graduation.
Every year, your Alumni Association organizes more than 400 programs and events to help keep you connected to BC and connected to each other. So no matter where you are, no matter what you do, there are ways for you to stay involved. Whether your interests lie in spiritual and service-based programming, career and educational programming, or just wanting to get together with BC friends and classmates, there's something for you through our Alumni Association. Check it out today at bc.edu/alumni and find out how you can stay involved in the life of Boston College.
Although Boston College will always change and adapt to differing circumstances, it is firmly committed to remaining true to its Jesuit Catholic ideals. Those values, those inspirations continue to inspire us. As St. Ignatius once said to St. Francis Xavier, "Go set the world aflame."